day, choice by choice, action by action. We are here today to explore a powerful truth. Small steps every day lead to big wins. Many of us are waiting for that one big break, that magical moment that will catapult us to greatness. But life does not work that way. The path to extraordinary achievement is paved with ordinary, consistent actions. An oak tree is not fully formed. It begins as a tiny acorn, pushing through the soil, stretching towards the light. Day after day, it grows imperceptibly. Most passers-by wouldn't notice any change, but over years, decades even, that seedling becomes a towering giant, its branches reaching towards the sky, its roots deep in the earth. That's the power of small steps. That's the magic of daily discipline. A story about a young woman named Alina. Alina had a dream of becoming a renowned chef, but she didn't come from a culinary background. She didn't have connections in the restaurant world. All she had was a passion for food and a determination to succeed. Alina started small. Every day she committed to learning one new culinary technique. Just one. Some days it was perfecting her knife skills. Other days it was mastering a new sauce. On particularly busy days, it might have been as simple as learning about a new ingredient. To many, her progress seemed painfully slow. Friends and family would ask, when are you going to open your restaurant? When are you going to compete on those fancy cooking shows? But Alina stayed focused on her daily commitment. Months passed, then years. Alina's skills grew. Her understanding of flavors deepened. Her creativity blossomed. And one day, almost to her own surprise, Alina realized she was ready. She opened a small cafe, putting all her accumulated knowledge to work. The cafe was an instant hit. Critics raved about the innovative dishes, the perfectly balanced flavors. Soon, Alina was being invited to cook at prestigious events, to share her expertise on cooking shows. She had become the renowned chef she'd always dreamed of being. Alina's success wasn't born in a single moment. It was a culmination of thousands of small steps taken faithfully, day after day. This principle applies to every area of life. Whether you are building a business, nurturing a relationship, improving your health, or developing a skill, is the small, consistent actions that lead to transformative results. I can almost hear some of you thinking, but what about talent? What about natural ability? And yes, those things play a role. But talent without discipline is like an uncut diamond full of potential, but lacking the brilliance it could have. We often look at elite athletes and marvel at their seemingly superhuman abilities. But what we do not see are the countless hours of practice, the early mornings and late nights, the repetition of basic skills until they become second nature. Take Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Do you know what his secret was? It wasn't just his natural athleticism. It was his relentless commitment to improvement. Jordan's trainer, Tim Grover, once said, Michael Jordan practiced harder than any athlete I've ever seen. He would spend hours perfecting his footwork, refining his shooting technique, analyzing game footage. Even at the height of his career, when he was already considered the best in the world, he never stopped pushing himself to improve. That's the mindset we need to cultivate. The understanding that greatness is not a destination, but a continuous journey of growth and improvement. They're achievable. They're manageable. You might not be able to transform your life overnight, but you can certainly take one small step towards your goals today. Maybe you dream of writing a novel. That's a daunting task, isn't it? But what if, instead of focusing on writing an entire book, you committed to writing just 500 words a day? That's about one page a day. Sounds doable, does not it? If you write 500 words every day for a year, do you know how many words you will have written? 182,500. That's 2 full-length novels, all from just one small, consistent daily action. This principle applies to every area of life. Want to get in shape? Do not focus on losing 50 pounds. Focus on eating one healthy meal a day or walking for 15 minutes. Small step. Big impact over time. Want to build stronger relationships. Do not try to solve all your problems at once. Just commit to having one meaningful conversation each day or expressing gratitude to someone in your life. And want to advance in your career. Do not wait for a big promotion. Instead, focus on learning one new skill each month or making one new professional connection each week. These small steps might not seem impressive in the moment. They might not get you immediate recognition or praise, but they are the building blocks of lasting success and fulfillment. When we talk about small steps leading to big wins, it's easy to focus solely on external achievements, the promotion, the accolades, the material success. And yes, those things can be wonderful, but the real magic of this principle goes much deeper. As you commit to these small daily actions, something profound happens within you. You begin to develop what I call success muscles. Just as physical exercise strengthens your body, these daily disciplines strengthen your character. You develop perseverance, the ability to keep going, even when you do not see immediate results. You cultivate patience, understanding that real, lasting change takes time. You build self-discipline, the cornerstone of all achievement. But perhaps most importantly, you develop belief in yourself. With each small victory, each day that you follow through on your commitments, you prove to yourself that you are capable of change, that you have the power to shape your destiny. This internal transformation is the real win, because once you have developed these qualities, once you have strengthened these success muscles, you can apply them to any goal, any challenge, any dream. This one is about a man named David. David had always struggled with his weight. He tried every diet, every exercise program, but nothing seemed to stick. He'd lose a few pounds, then gain them back, plus more. It was a disheartening cycle. One day, David decided to try a different approach. Instead of setting a big weight loss goal, he committed to just one small change: drinking water instead of soda. That was it. Just swap out his usual sugary drinks for water. This might seem like a trivial change, and at first it was hard. David craved the sweet taste of soda, but he stuck with it. Day after day, he chose water. After a few weeks, David noticed something. He felt more energetic. His skin looked clearer. And yes, he'd lost a few pounds. But more than that, he felt a sense of accomplishment. For the first time in years, he'd stuck with a health-related commitment. Encouraged by this small success, David decided to add another small step. He started taking a 10-minute walk each day during his lunch break. Just 10 minutes, again, wasn't much. But he did it consistently. David added more small steps. He started bringing a healthy lunch to work instead of eating fast food. He began doing a few push-ups each morning. He went to bed 30 minutes earlier to get more sleep. None of these changes were dramatic on their own, but together, over time, they created a massive shift in David's life. After a year, David had lost over 100 pounds. His health had improved dramatically. He had more energy, more confidence. When people asked him how he did it, he didn't talk about weight loss secrets or miracle diets. He talked about the power of small, consistent actions. He talked about the importance of proving to yourself day after day that you can follow through on your commitments. David's transformation wasn't just physical. It was a total life change. He applied the same principle of small, consistent steps to his career, his relationships, his personal growth, and in every area, he saw remarkable results. This is the ripple effect of small steps. When you prove to yourself that you can create positive change in one area of your life, it gives you the confidence to tackle other areas. Success breeds success. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but I've tried to make changes before. I've set goals, made plans, but I always seem to fall back into old habits. I understand, believe me, I do. Change is hard, consistency is hard, and in today's world of instant gratification, where we are constantly bombarded with images of overnight success, it can be disheartening to focus on small, incremental progress. Those overnight success stories, they're largely a myth. What looks like sudden achievement is almost always the result of years of behind-the-scenes effort. Years of small steps taken faithfully, day after day. How do we keep taking those small steps even when we do not see immediate results? Let me share a few strategies that have worked for countless individuals I've worked with over the years. First, celebrate your small wins. Did you follow through on your commitment today? Celebrate that. Did you resist temptation and stick to your plan? That's worth celebrating. Too often, we only celebrate the big milestones, but it's the small victories that keep us going. They're evidence that we are on the right track. Second, visualize your future self. Imagine yourself a year from now, having consistently taken these small steps. How do you feel? What have you achieved? Make this vision as vivid and detailed as possible. Let it inspire you and pull you forward. Third, find an accountability partner. Share your goals and your daily commitments with someone you trust. Check in with them regularly. Having someone to support you and hold you accountable can make a world of difference. Fourth, track your progress. Keep a journal or a log of your daily actions. Over time, you will be able to look back and see how far you have come. This can be incredibly motivating, especially during those times when progress feels slow. Fifth, and perhaps most importantly, be kind to yourself. There will be days when you slip up, when you do not follow through on your commitments. That's okay, it's part of the process. The key is not to let one bad day derail your entire journey. Acknowledge the slip, learn from it if you can, and then get right back on track. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about making progress, not achieving perfection. We discuss success and achievement. And that's the importance of rest and renewal. In our drive to achieve our goals, it's easy to fall into the trap of constant doing. We push ourselves harder and harder, thinking that more action equals more progress. But that's not always the case. Just as a field needs to lie fallow sometimes to restore its nutrients, we too need periods of rest and renewal to recharge our energy and creativity. This does not mean we stop taking our small daily steps, but it does mean we need to build in time for reflection, for relaxation, for play. These moments of pause are not a distraction from our goals. They're an essential part of achieving them. When you are climbing a mountain, you do not sprint straight to the top. You pace yourself. You take breaks to catch your breath, to hydrate, to enjoy the view. These pauses do not slow you down. They enable you to keep going. The same principle applies to our journey of personal growth and achievement. Regular moments of rest and renewal give us the stamina to keep taking those small daily steps over the long haul. Maybe it's a few minutes of meditation each morning, or a weekly nature walk, or a monthly day of complete rest from your usual routine. These moments of renewal will not only recharge your batteries, they'll also give you fresh perspective, new ideas, renewed motivation. They're an investment in your long-term success. A story that I think beautifully illustrates the power of small steps and the importance of perseverance. This is the story of Anna, a single mother working as a janitor in a large corporation. Anna had always dreamed of becoming a lawyer, but life had taken her on a different path. She had her daughter young, and the demands of single parenthood had put her educational aspirations on hold. But Anna never gave up on her dream. She decided to take one small step towards it. She committed to studying law for just 1 hour each day after her daughter went to bed. 1 hour, that's all. It wasn't much better than full-time law students, but it was what Anna could manage. And she was determined to make the most of it. Night after night, Anna would sit at her kitchen table, poring over law books. Some nights she was exhausted from her day's work. Some nights her daughter needed extra attention, cutting into her study time. But Anna persevered. She didn't just study, she applied what she was learning. She started offering free legal advice to her co-workers and neighbors. She volunteered at a local legal aid clinic on weekends. Years passed. Anna's progress was slow, but steady. She completed her undergraduate degree through night classes and online courses. Then she took the LSAT, scoring well enough to be accepted into a part-time law program. It took Anna 8 years to complete a program that full-time students finish in 3. But she did it. She graduated, passed the bar exam, and became a licensed attorney. Today, Anna runs her own law firm, specializing in helping single parents navigate the legal system. She's not only achieved her dream, but she's using it to make a difference in the lives of others. Anna's story is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to pursue your dreams, that no matter where you are in life, no matter what obstacles you face, you can always take one small step forward. The law degree, the successful career, those are wonderful achievements. But the real victory was in who Anna became through the process. She developed incredible discipline, unshakable perseverance, profound self-belief. She showed her daughter the power of commitment and the importance of education. She inspired her co-workers and her community. In other words, the journey itself was transformative. The daily commitment to growth, to learning, to pushing beyond her comfort zone, that's what shaped Anna into the person she became. And that's the real power of small daily steps. Yes, they lead to big wins in terms of external achievements. But more importantly, they lead to internal transformation. They shape your character, your mindset, your very identity. Remember that every choice you make, every action you take is shaping who you are becoming. You are not just pursuing a goal. You are crafting your future self. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes each day to expand your knowledge and stimulate your mind. Maybe it's making one new professional connection each week to grow your network. Maybe it's practicing a skill for 15 minutes daily to hone your craft. Whatever it is, commit to it, not just for a day or a week, but for the long haul. Trust in the process. Believe in the power of compound growth. Success is not about making one perfect decision. It's about making 1,000 small, good decisions. It's about consistently choosing growth over comfort, progress over perfection. Strengthen your success muscles. You will find that what once seemed like discipline becomes desire. What started as a challenge becomes a joy. You will wake up each day excited about the opportunity to take another step forward, to become a little bit better than you were yesterday. You will start to crave growth and progress the way you might crave your morning coffee. And that, my friends, is when the magic really happens. That's when your small daily steps start to create a momentum that's unstoppable. That's when you start to experience not just success, but fulfillment. Not just achievement, but transformation. Trust in the process. Believe in the power of compound growth. Every great journey begins with a single step. Every mighty oak was once a tiny acorn. Every remarkable achievement is the result of countless small actions. Your big win is waiting. It's built on the foundation of your small daily steps. So take that step today and tomorrow and the day after that. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey to greatness, to fulfillment, to becoming the best version of yourself, it begins right here, right now, with your commitment to daily growth. You have greatness within you. You have the power to shape your destiny, one small step at a time. You can create a life of extraordinary achievement and profound fulfillment. My friends, let's embrace the power of small steps. No matter how small, let's pledge to take those steps that will lead us to our big wins. Consider for a moment the power of compound interest in finance. A small amount invested consistently over time can grow into a substantial sum. The same principle applies to personal growth and achievement. Your daily actions, your small steps, are investments in yourself that compound over time. Learning a new language. If you commit to learning just 5 new words, in a year, you'll have a vocabulary 1,800 words. That's enough to hold basic conversations and navigate a foreign country with confidence. In 2 years, you'll be approaching fluency, all from just 5 words a day. Or consider physical fitness. If you start with just 1 push-up a day and add 1 more each day, by the end of the year, you'd be doing 365 push-ups daily. That's a level of strength and endurance that was seemed impossible at the start. These examples illustrate a crucial point. The power of small steps lies not just in the actions themselves, but in the habits they form and the momentum they create. When you commit to daily progress, you are not just working towards a goal, you are rewiring your brain. You are creating neural pathways that make growth and improvement your default state. You are building identity around continuous improvement. This shift in identity is perhaps the most powerful result of committing to daily steps. When you consistently show up for yourself, when you honor your commitments day after day, you start to see yourself differently. You become someone who follows through, someone who perseveres, someone who achieves their goals. Your actions naturally align with this new self-image. It becomes easier to make choices that support your growth and progress. You start to automatically gravitate towards opportunities for improvement and shy away from things that might hinder your progress. Committing to daily progress isn't always easy. There will be days when you are tired, when you are stressed, when life throws unexpected challenges your way. On these days, your commitment to small steps becomes even more crucial. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. On tough days, your step might be smaller than usual. And that's okay. What matters is that you show up, that you do something, however small, to move forward. These challenging days are actually opportunities. They're chances to prove to yourself that you are committed to your growth, no matter what. Each time you follow through on a difficult day, you build resilience. You strengthen your resolve. You deepen your commitment to your goals. Your consistent progress does not just impact you. It influences everyone around you. When you commit to daily growth, you become an inspiration to others. Your family sees your dedication and is motivated to pursue their own goals. Your colleagues witness your improving skills and are inspired to up their game. Your friends observe your transformation and are encouraged to make positive changes in their own lives. In this way, your small steps create a positive feedback loop. As you grow, you lift others up. And as they grow, they in turn inspire and support you. This creates a community of growth, a network of individuals, all committed to becoming their best selves. But the impact goes even further. As you develop yourself through daily steps, you increase your capacity to contribute to the world around you. Your growing skills allow you to take on bigger challenges at work. Your expanding knowledge enables you to mentor others. Your improving health gives you the energy to volunteer in your community. In essence, by committing to your own growth, you are also committing to making the world a little bit better each day. Your small steps ripple outward, creating positive change far beyond yourself. The power of diverse small steps. While consistency is key, there's also value in varying your daily actions. Perhaps one day your step is related to physical health, the next to mental growth, the next to relationship building, and so on. This diversity ensures well-rounded development. It prevents stagnation and keeps your growth journey interesting and engaging. Progress in one area often supports growth in others. Improving your physical health can boost your mental clarity. Expanding your knowledge can enhance your professional performance. Strengthening your relationships can provide emotional support for other areas of growth. By taking diverse small steps, you create a synergy of growth. Each area of improvement reinforces and amplifies the others, leading to holistic personal development. The temptation to compare your steps to others. In today's social media-driven world, it's easy to see the highlight reels of others' lives and feel that your own progress is inadequate. Your journey is uniquely yours. Your small steps are tailored to your life, your circumstances. your goals. What matters is not how your steps compare to others, but how today's steps compare to yesterday's. Are you moving forward? Are you better today than you were yesterday? That's the only comparison that truly matters. In fact, one of the most liberating aspects of committing to small daily steps is that it frees you from the pressure of grand, showy gestures. You do not need to make headlines or go viral. You simply need to show up each day and do your bit. This approach allows you to focus on what truly matters, your personal growth and progress. It's not about impressing others or living up to societal expectations. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, one small step at a time. The commitment to daily progress is not a finite journey. It's not something you do until you reach a certain goal and then stop. It's a lifestyle, a way of approaching each day with intention and purpose. Even when you achieve your big wins, and you will achieve them, you will find new horizons to explore, new skills to develop, new ways to grow. That's the beauty of this approach. It's not about reaching a destination. It's about embracing a journey of continuous improvement. I challenge you to make this commitment. Commit to taking one small step every single day towards your goals, towards becoming the person you want to be. Start today, right now. Decide on your first small step. Maybe it's sending that email you have been putting off. Maybe it's going for a 10-minute walk. Maybe it's reading the first page of that book you have been meaning to start. Whatever it is, do it. Then tomorrow, take another step. And another the day after that. You do not need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step. And then the next one. And the next. Trust in the process. Believe in the power of compound growth. Have that you're small. Consistent actions will lead to big wins. Imagine yourself a year from now having taken these small steps every day. Picture the progress you will have made, the habits you will have formed, the person you will have become. That future is within your reach. It's built on the foundation of your daily steps. It's created by your commitment to consistent progress. Embrace the power of small steps. Let's commit to daily growth. Let's create lives of purpose, of impact, of significance. Every day is a new opportunity, a chance to take another step forward, a chance to become a little bit better than you were yesterday. Your journey to greatness begins with a single step. And that step begins now. Go forth. Take that step. And let it be the first of many on your path to extraordinary achievement and profound fulfillment. The world is waiting for the unique contribution that only you can make. And it all starts with one small step. When I say savage, I don't mean cruel or uncivilized. I'm talking about tapping into that primal force within you. That unstoppable drive that's been lying dormant, waiting for this very moment to awaken. Every single one of us has a savage within. It's that part of us that refuses to settle. That part that knows we're destined for greatness. But society, with all its rules and expectations, has taught us to cage that savage, to dim our light, to play small. Playing small doesn't serve the world. It doesn't serve you. And it certainly doesn't serve your purpose. Have you ever seen a lion apologize for its roar? Have you ever witnessed an eagle second guess its ability to soar? Of course not. They embrace their nature, their power, their savagery. And that's exactly what you need to do. Becoming a savage isn't about aggression or dominance. It's about embracing your true nature, your full potential. It's about shedding the layers of doubt, fear, and mediocrity that society has painted on you. Let me share a story with you. Years ago, I met a young man named Marcus. Marcus came from a rough neighborhood where dreams were often crushed before they could take flight. But Marcus had a fire in his eyes. a determination that set him apart. One day, I asked Marcus, what do you want to become? He looked at me, hesitant at first, then said, I want to become a doctor. But everyone says it's impossible for someone like me. I looked him straight in the eye and said, Marcus, the only impossibility is the one you accept in your mind. Marcus nodded. But I could see the doubt lingering. So I continued, tell me, Marcus, when a lion hunts, does it worry about the opinion of sheep? He shook his head, a small smile forming on his lips. Exactly, I said. Because the lion knows its nature, its power. It doesn't seek permission to be what it was born to be. And neither should you. That conversation was a turning point for Marcus. He embraced his inner savage. He studied harder than anyone else, worked multiple jobs to pay for his education, and faced every obstacle with unwavering determination. Today, Dr. Marcus runs a clinic in that same neighborhood, providing health care to those who need it most. He became a savage in pursuit of his purpose. And in doing so, he transformed not just his life, but the lives of countless others. You see, becoming a savage isn't just about personal gain. It's about unleashing your full potential so you can make a real difference in this world. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I'm not like Marcus. I don't have a clear purpose into that. I say your purpose isn't something you find, it's something you create. Imagine for a moment that your life is a blank canvas. Society hands you a set of watercolors and tells you to paint within the lines. But becoming a savage means grabbing that canvas, throwing away those dull watercolors, and reaching for the bold, vibrant oils instead. It means painting with broad, fearless strokes, creating a masterpiece that's uniquely yours. Your purpose isn't handed to you, it's crafted by your passion, your experiences, and your willingness to embrace your true nature. Fear is the cage that keeps your inner savage contained. It whispers lies, telling you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough. Fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. Every great achievement in history was born from someone who dared to challenge their fears. Every innovation, every breakthrough, every revolution started with someone who refused to be tamed by their doubts. When the Wright brothers announced that they would fly a man, the world laughed. If man were meant to fly, they said, he'd have been born with wings, but the Wright brothers didn't listen to the naysayers. They embraced their inner savage, their relentless drive to achieve the impossible. They faced failure after failure, crash after crash, but with each setback, they grew stronger, more determined. They didn't just dream of flying, they obsessed over it. They breathed it, they lived it. And in doing so, they changed the course of human history. That's the power of becoming a savage. It's not about waiting for permission or validation. It's about deciding that your dreams are too important to be left to chance or the opinions of others. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the person you could become if you removed all limits, all fears, all doubts. Imagine the impact you could have if you fully embraced your power, your potential, your inner savage, that person you're imagining. That's not a fantasy. That's the real you, waiting to be unleashed. Becoming a savage isn't a one-time event. It's a daily choice, a constant battle against complacency and mediocrity. It's choosing growth over comfort, action over excuses, excellence over average. Let me share another story with you. There was a woman named Millie, a brilliant artist who had always dreamed of having her work showcased in galleries around the world. But for years, she kept her art hidden, convinced that she wasn't good enough. One day, Millie attended a local art fair. As she walked among the stalls, admiring the work of other artists, she overheard a conversation that changed everything. An elderly artist was speaking to a young admirer, and he said, "The world doesn't need more perfect artists. It needs more courageous ones." Those words hit Millie like a thunderbolt. She realized that her pursuit of perfection had been holding her back. She had been so focused on being flawless that she had forgotten to be fearless. That night, Millie made a decision. She would become a savage in her pursuit of art. She would create boldly, unapologetically, pouring her heart and soul onto every canvas. The next day, she set up a small stall at a busy intersection. Displaying her art for all to see, people stopped, stared, some criticized, others praised. But Millie stood tall, embracing every reaction, every emotion her art evoked. Weeks turned into months, and Millie's savage approach to her art began to attract attention. Gallery owners who had previously ignored her now sought her out. Critics who had dismissed her now wrote glowing reviews. But the real transformation wasn't in her success. It was in Millie herself. She no longer created art to please others or to fit into a mold. She created because it was her nature, her purpose, her way of leaving her mark on the world. Today, Millie's art hangs in galleries across the globe. But more importantly, she inspires other artists to embrace their inner savage, to create without fear, to express their truth without apology. Becoming a savage isn't about being the best. It's about being the most authentic version of yourself. It's about living with such intensity, such purpose, that you inspire others to do the same. Oh, some of you might be thinking, but what if I fail? What if I embrace my inner savage and still don't achieve my dreams into that? I say, good. Let yourself fail. Let yourself fall. Because it's in the falling that you'll learn to rise. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every savage knows this. They don't fear failure. They embrace it as a teacher, a guide, a stepping stone to greatness, a baby learning to walk. Does the baby give up after falling once, twice, 100 times? No, the baby keeps trying, keeps falling, keeps getting back up. And with each attempt, each failure, the baby grows stronger, more confident, until one day, those wobbly steps turn into a confident stride. That baby is the perfect example of the savage mindset. Unyielding in the face of failure, persistent in the pursuit of growth. But becoming a savage isn't just about personal achievement. It's about using your unleashed potential to lift others, to make a real difference in the world. In forest, there's a majestic oak tree. Its branches reach high into the sky. Its roots dig deep into the earth. This oak tree doesn't apologize for taking up space, for reaching for the